Hi guys, welcome to Foxmode Gaming. This is my first ever collaborations in Raid Shadow Legends. I am very thankful for this first collaboration and it is the most memorable thing for me. I am thankful to Trax, who is Trax on Sundays, very notable guy with his Voids only F2P series in Raid Shadow Legends. Hi Trax, how are you doing?
How's it going, Foxmode? Pleasure to be here. It's also my first collab, actually.
Thank you much, and I'm very happy that you have given your precious time. Today, our topic will be how to make an free-to-play account efficiently and also with the most efficient resources, or else which codes to use and type of a hero. Many more questions will be there. Before going into that, I want to use your own promo link because that looks like a very good one. For going in that, let us see what you can get for these codes. A brief about it is Karato, Hugo at level 25, Rectardrath at level 40, Tagore at level 45 guys, Mausoleum Maze at level 50. This is the code and there are so many other codes in the internet. You can also go there. Why I am using this particular promo code? It will be explained by the man himself, that is Trax for you. So let us try to start this with this code, and meanwhile we will ask Trax regarding what to do and what not to do with the free to play account. Check your inbox whether it is working or not. So now it is working and we got our first job done, that is collecting our first legendary hero Karato. So Track, now what is the next step we need to do? How to get
Yep.
6-star within a day, that is 24 hours. So many people has done, but in CC's category I think one or two including you has done within 24 hours. I have been noticing, but you didn't see yourself that you have completed within one day.
I was so busy farming that I have no idea.
When I asked Trax,
that-
he said that, is it true? Did I do it in one day? That is what he said to me, guys. I was watching all the rankings that time and I found how these 2 or 3 guys has already completed 6-star within a day and also brutal 7. So both these two things you have to explain us now.
Yeah, one of the things is a lot of playing. So I think in the first 2 days, I played about 22 hours or something like that. So this is not something for everyone, of course. And I don't suggest you do this unless you're actually doing a challenge like we're doing. Just playing a lot is the answer, actually. Mostly, I would say 95% of that, at least, you want to just be doing campaign. And this means doing whatever highest stage you can reach, more or less.
So one more question is, if I am a new player and completely new to it is obvious that most people will be clickbaited or getting trapped with legendaries and epics. Is quite common in our these RPG game. So what use, whether you go both Kale and Karato at the same time, or should we go Kale and use Karato as a separate? Should be our main.
Right now, you want Kale to be your main hero, and there's just one big reason for that, and that is right now we won't have the books, the tomes to actually give Karato. Yeah, Kale's just going to be a little more useful for us because we can give him the tomes to reduce those cooldowns. He'll be the guy who has the poisons. While our gear is very bad still, the poisons are actually going to do the most damage that we can possibly do on any bosses. So that's definitely the reason why you want to take up Kale. There's also some missions, I believe, and some challenges, perhaps. I'm not completely sure about that one, that require you to do things with a rare champion, an attack rare champion, I believe. So it's...
Before jumping into our next question, forgot to mention this, that how to use this promo code, which is a new player promo code, which you have to use within but Monkey King is the one which we are using here, or there is another. Is a segment code is there. Still, Monkey is the best option.
So I've spoken about this a little bit on my channel as well. If I had known that Sigmund was in there, I would actually have taken Sigmund myself, but I didn't know this at the time because actually Hell Hades did not mention this. But it's kind of dependent on, are you doing this for 3 months or are you going to keep this account forever? Because if you're going to keep this account as like an account you're going to be playing within a year from now, then I would say yes, Monkey King is your choice because Monkey King is an amazing end game hero, and Sigmund falls off when you get to the end game. I mean, he's still going to be good for Hydra and stuff, but you're going to have better teams for the dungeons and stuff like that. So early game Sigmund is definitely the guy you want to pick because he'll get you to all the level or all the stage 20 dungeons pretty easily. He'll get you through Doom Tower. He'll get you through all the PvE content. But Monkey King is going to be
I think he
late
has got
game
AOE provoke, decrease attack. These are the two things which one will be
and
useful for
strengthen,
clan work and one is usually hide. You asked
strengthen and shield.
at least mid game. We cannot
Yes,
decide on these two. I am really can have one defense based arena based hero. So he is quite PvP friendly. So he will help a lot of stages in the early part of fighters, price golem, whatever the Doom Tower waves are really annoying in the game. I think he can be used anywhere possible.
yeah. Doom Tower battles 40%
Very
defense.
good passive also, very good A1 also. I think why maybe in the end game he is a little bit struggling. Early to mid game he
Yeah.
is such a powerful champion to have. For new players,
Yes.
one guy you have
100%.
between him and Monkey is you are more focused on arena, take some advantages of Bob because you have option with Ugo. He does as a epic thing, a duplicate but this is the one which is one of my favorites. Even in Gold 5 and Live Arena, I locked down one of the tough enemies. But the problem is he is a little bit weaker when compared to Sigmund in PvE, especially in Clan Boss. Still, some people will use him as a stunt target. So it's very difficult to choose between. But as a long-term player, as Track said, there are two options for you. Whether you are playing it for short-term, for fun, then you can go for Sigmund. And if you want to play this game for 1 or 2 years, at least they be using Monkey Code. That is, sorry,
Yes.
Sun Wukong. And yeah, now the issue is we got two legendaries back to back. We have one Kale. This is where Trax code is super important, and that's why I chose this code. But Trax will elaborate on this because there are some codes you will get level 10 Ugo, level 20 Tagore, and level 30 some other heroes like Rector. The same code here you will get 25, 45, 40, 50 because there is a gap between each level which will make sure that you are not getting too much of distraction and also getting confused with whom to get. Yeah, that is how I explain it. Yeah, guys. Now we got into this screen that is Apprentice Pass, which is there for the new players. It has been introduced a few months ago. Yeah, what do you say about this pass Tracks?
Well, so this is actually what I meant. So you see the apprentice challenges at the on the right side, the right tab. So here it says upgrade Kale or whatever starter you would pick if you didn't pick Kale, but I highly suggest you do. See, you have to do all these things and you get these points, which will reward you and boost your bar basically faster. Get the points here quicker. Yeah, they basically give you everything to build your Kale. They give you the chickens, they give you lifesteal gear, which is very important, the books, the potions, and the brews.
So
So this
technically,
is,
they are actually giving everything possible for the first 6 star
yes, more or less, more or less.
almost.
Yes, you try to do those at the same time if you can. And it's not mandatory, but if you can do a bit of the challenges as well, that does help because you'll get some extra shards and books and energy, silver, and stuff like that too.
I think
But
some of these are correlated.
yeah, but definitely need to try and get your Kale up first, I think.
Coming to gems thing, there are options for us that we have to unlock gem mine with 3 levels, which will take us 1500 gems. There are some veterans who will be asking us to do the masteries of any of our hero, especially our starter hero with 800 gems. You can the master. How to farm this in Minotaur? Actually, it will take a lot of time to get into all these hero, but in the shortcut you can do that by using 800 of your first, and some people will even suggest to get gems for 2 of your. For me, I think I used 800 gems. There are 2 other options which I don't know whether it gem mine is another one is sparing pit. So what is your take on this? How you will use first?
In this challenge, the 3-month challenge I'm doing currently, I used 1600 gems to give 2 champions masteries. Now, if I were to play an account for a year or longer, I would give my Kale the masteries, and then I would probably focus on my gem mine first. I think last year I was able to fully unlock the gem mine on my Only Voids account on day 10. So day 100, I had
How
day
did you
100, I
even
had
get that?
everything, saving all the gems for that, only doing Kale's masteries. On the Only Voids, it was not Kale, of course. It was, I was fortunate to pull a skull crown there, so that was my campaign farmer.
This is your first Void epic.
She was my second Void shard, actually, so I was very, very lucky.
So they are having.
Well, it depends if you want to do this quick or not. So if you want to do this as quick as possible, you actually want to try and get the potion keeps done as soon as possible. So that's going to come up pretty soon, but it's not in the first batch of the missions yet. So right now, it's basically you just do your campaign missions, what they ask you to do, and try to push your campaign. Try to get your Kale as high as a level as you can. Then, when you see the missions pop up for the potion keeps, you need to try and get those done as well. Right now, you have a week of potion keeps that are open, and they're all open together right now. And after that, it's a rotation, and they basically designed it so that you'll always have to wait on the next one to open. And it's usually like 3 days or so that you have to wait for the next one. So in terms of if you want to get Arbiter really, really fast, like within 50 days or something like that, something crazy like that, you would want to do as many of the potion keep missions as you possibly can. It's also just kind of annoying when maybe you're not playing every day, for instance, and you're just logging in, and then suddenly you think, okay, I want to work on my Arbiter missions, and you see, oh, wait, I have to do this keep again. And then, yeah, the keep's not open, and a couple of days later it opens, so you're stuck there. And then you forget about it again, and then a week passes, etc. You get the idea. It can be very annoying at times, and I've noticed this with a lot of my free-to-plays that they just get stuck on this one mission that for some reason I never end up doing because it's never open at the time that I think about it, right? So it's good to get all of that out of the way as soon as possible, in my opinion.
Exactly. So here it is what the track's saying. We have 6 days, 23 hours. Technically, it is 7 days when you open your account. So within 7 days, you can farm every dungeon possible of your choice. You went for Wukong, you can go for Spirit. If you want to Kale to be as soon as, then you have to make sure you are doing magic. Have Rector Wrath in your mind. Then see, based on the heroes of your choices and it personal dependent. Coming to your game modes, there are a lot of things. This is one of the biggest area which I make most of my mistakes. There are a lot of things which we need to do, like you just said that potions that area to this minotaur to get some, but it will be avoided by using. If somebody is not using their gems, they need to farm here also. So how you will use this limited, and sometime it will be 130 maximum. So what is your take on game modes? Which game modes are more focused? First 7 days.
Personally, most of my time is spent in the campaign, but I do try and dip into Dragon a little bit. If I can actually finish stage 7 or 10 even, I'll try and pick up a little bit of gear there, but not a lot. I would say 95% of all your energy is going into campaign, and you can try and get some 4 or 5 star pieces here in Dragon. But stage 11 has the issue that it's already 12 energy, I believe. So it's 2 energy more than stage 10. And
Okay,
stage 10 is
stage
also
10
4
is
and 5. Gale can do it if he's a 6 star and he has his lifesteal and you bought the masteries, he should be able to. Well, campaign should be your main
oh sorry.
focus. Corrado could be useful because he has a weaken. I'm not completely sure though if I would actually go that far to use him myself. Ugo and Tagore are great options though, because Ugo has the leech on the A1 and has a defense down and a small cleanse with a heal on it, of course. And Tagore has the speed up and the pretty significant heal on the A2. So these two are a very good core as your early game support to keep you alive in the clan boss.
So for I think defense down forgot who is there. Decrease attack can now because I didn't take segment. If you guys take segment, then your decrease attack is easily done with segment. That's why segment is very good option for new players who are starting this game because you don't go wrong with him. Just make sure that segment or Sun Wukong. If you are for CB focused, then is good.
Yeah,
But
segment is
nowadays arena is really tough. That's why there are so many things to. What about
now you do.
Vector and Tagore, who should be our because second? I think who should be the second one for KL for.
The interesting thing is defense down is really good to boost your damage, but it's not 100% necessary. I can show you that at a certain point on my Hell Hades account right now is I'm not using a decreased defense right now. And I'm one keying brutal. Sorry, I'm 3 keying nightmare, but I'm 2 keying nightmare on spirit right now. So I'm using four keys, but I'm getting 4 chests every day. And I'm not actually using the defense down. But the defense down is something that I would try and include into your team if possible. But it's not a necessary thing per se. If you can get enough poisons done or enough brimstones with the Alice that we're getting very soon, that can actually do enough damage by itself. I wanted to say actually that decrease attack is more important than decrease defense or your clan boss. 100%. It's by far the most important debuff you need.
You take, the more benefit.
And
runs will be longer.
Yes, it's 50%. Huh? It's literally in half. The only turn that you take full damage is on the stun turn because that's not determined by attack. It's determined by the max HP of your champion. The 2 AoE turns is where the decrease attack comes into play, and it's very important. Even more important than poisons, because poisons, you can basically get poisons even off a toxic set or something like that if you really want the poisons, right? That's not a big issue. But the decrease attack will literally take your teams 10, 15 turns longer than normal.
Yes, that is how the experienced players will come to our saving. So thanks for that. I think now we should be Tagore is the first choice, right? What after?
Yes, I will go to Gore first.
Reasons, before.
Yes, because he has the speed buff, more or less. The speed buff and also AoE revive is a lot better than just a single target AoE, right? So
is there heal?
His heals are actually amazing.
I think he is one of the best find in this.
Yeah, he carried me very hard. Very, very hard.
Scale, then you should focus on Tagore. So third one will.
I think Rector would be a good second or third option. It will depend though, because maybe you will be.
Depends on what type of heroes you.
Even let's say we don't pull any other good champions or any other epics, for instance. So these are our only options. The thing I wanted to say is maybe Ugo would be your second, even if you actually get to brutal before you're level 40, right? Because you get to Gore at level 40, but you get Ugo at level 25. So this will be dependent on that, I would say. So you want to keep the ball rolling, right? You're gonna eventually 6-star Ugo anyway. You're gonna 6-star most of these champions that we see here on the screen, probably all of them. Mausoleum Mage I'm not completely sure about, but he is good enough to 6-star for sure. But the thing is, if you end up in a situation where you're just waiting to get your Tagore and you're not progressing because of that, well, then you should definitely be doing your Ugo first. You don't necessarily have to book Ugo yet though, but just keep making food and progressing that way, right? Yeah, basically just keep the ball rolling and see where your account is going from there. Because I'm not sure, you probably will have your second 6-star before you get to Gore, I would assume. I'm pretty sure. He's definitely worth a 6-star for sure, but I wouldn't take him up super fast, I don't think. No, I mean Wukong will definitely.
Here it is.
Yeah.
We went for Wukong code. There are other options also in here. The best choice is Sigmund still, but I don't on Wukong.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
even
If you take
second 6-star is worth
yes, 100%. 100%. If you go for Sigmund, 100%,
after
he
Kale.
is the
He
second.
is the
Yes, correct.
another important question, that is faction wars. Which tracks is doing pretty awesome in content creators section? Is the top one who has done more than 400 stars already within 40 days. So let's go into
Almost
our game now.
almost 500.
500 stars, 47
Almost.
days. Okay, guys, we are back to the game. Now, here is what faction wars is, but unfortunately, cannot show level 20. Here we have got all the factions. And especially for the first 7 days, whatever the hero you have, especially if you chose Gale, then Dark Elves will be there for you. So for that reason, once you can recollect the Excel sheet we had with you previously, there are the choices in the text. Let's go here. Have a free formula spirit host whom you can campaign 3. What you say?
If we should farm
Faction
this or
wars
no,
is for maybe.
I wouldn't go out of my way.
So faction wars both for challenge and also even for new player is required. I think just because of the boards, how much time you have to spend.
I would personally just get your one copy of her because you're going to need her to fuse a relic keeper, and that is one of the
Point of time,
missions.
this will pop up.
Yes.
Is needed.
Yeah.
I think level 30 is permitted. I think these four can serve in their own effective actions.
They can definitely help you there, but I wouldn't go out of my way in the beginning to get these champions. I mean, only just for the relic keeper, but I wouldn't like pick up an extra copy because sometimes it can take a lot of your energy just to get those things, and you'll get them eventually.
I think
I
the
would
main
recommend.
focus will be you should touch the 12.7 brutal as for the first day. In 24 hours, this is your mission.
Yeah, more or, more or
Good.
less. So there's some like pinpoints in the campaign that I haven't really spoken about. So you have like, can you move in campaign to the right? Here on stage the 9, the Deadlands. This is actually no, it's locked still, but 9-3 is a stage that is pretty easily farmable. It also gives you the opportunity to pick up War Maidens, which is also something that you need for Relic Keeper. You're going to notice once you hit level 50, for instance, that it's going to be hard for you to actually go up to 12-3 Brutal. And what I like to do is often land on 9-3 instead. You can also go to 12-6 Hard, which does technically give you a little bit more XP than 9-3 does, but 9-3 will give you more silver and will have a chance to get you that War Maiden.
Now let's go to another important topic, that is skill tomes, which is one of the precious items in this. Here it is. This is the skill tomes you will get, guys. So what is your take on this? So what about the epics you are getting? We are getting 4 epics. We have got 2 legendaries, and also we are getting allies on day 7. What is the priorities of using skill?
For the legendaries, it's pretty easy for me. I would pretty much hold off on all 3 of those for now because you don't really need the books in those champions quite yet. But if you have to choose, if you really want to book somebody and you have to choose, I would go probably between Wukong or Alice. Personally, on the Challenger account, I did Wukong purely because I just wanted my Wukong to hit harder. He's in a Savage set, he's a nuker on my team, and his A2 is one of the hardest hitting attack based moves or skills. This does a lot of damage. Yeah, the surplus, it can one shot everything, anything and everything.
So we have got a part 2 of this video, guys. It is going very long because that's why we both has discussed it and thought to put the second part of this video in Tracks channel. So please do watch our part 2 on Track. And once again, I am very thankful to Tracks. Thanks for coming. And this is my first
Thanks
collab.
for having
So
me.
if there is any mistakes, please do forgive me, guys. We tried our best to bring you, even though we failed to get cam of Tracks. We may do it again in another topic. How
Yeah,
is
thank you
this?
for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Have a nice day, guys. Happy gaming.